Hi, welcome back to another video. My name's Trinity and today we are in the kitchen doing some canning and preserving. I am on Operation Clear Out the Freezer. So I'm kid-free today, so I have a couple hours to myself and I am hoping I can get a few things done. Let me take you around and show you what I'm gonna do. Here in this Instapot, I have some pork broth. The other day, we had our sweet neighbors drop off a pig that they hunted that they gifted to us, so that was really sweet. So I had cooked up all the legs the day they brought it to us. Took off all the meat, we've been eating on that. I should have a pantry meal video coming out with some of the meals that I've done with that. But I immediately put the bones in the Instapot and put it on the slow cook crock pot setting. And so that has been cooking all day yesterday and we're gonna can that up today. Here I have some London broils. I'm gonna make try my hand at beef jerky. So I don't know if that's technically the correct type of meat. I had heard somewhere that you can use that. So my husband's going on a hunting trip somewhat soon and I'm trying to prepare some of his meals for that. So I'm gonna make some beef jerky. I need beans on the shelf. I'm completely out. So I have black beans and pinto beans. I had done a small batch of pinto beans yesterday, so I'm gonna do more today. I'm doing the quick soak method. Boiled for 3 minutes, turn the heat off, gonna let it sit for 45. I know there's multiple ways you can do the quick soak method, but that's how I do it and it works out perfectly. Okay, in my roaster oven, I have tomatoes. I have been harvesting for a few months from the garden. I'm gonna let that cook down all day. I'm going to be just doing tomato sauce with my tomatoes. I am completely out and do need that, and I decided that with the tomatoes I have gotten, I'm gonna be doing tomato sauce. It's full right now, so once it kind of cooks down, I'll be adding these bags in. I have a bunch of stew meat right here, and we are gonna be sauteing this and canning it. Instead of making actual stew, I decided just to can up the beef chunks, and then I can add it into a stew or use it for something else. So we're gonna do that. And then one more thing I hope to get around to today is some blackberry jam. I do want to make some blackberry jam. I wanna do seedless. I did some blackberry jam not too long ago. I still have blackberries. I never ended up doing anything with them, but I need to get those out of the freezer as well. And I wanna make seedless blackberry jam. I don't have one of those like food mill things that helps you remove the, like an automatic one. So, but I did order one of these hand ones. I know it's probably gonna be a little bit more work, but at least I can remove the seeds because I do want to gift some seedless blackberry jam. So yeah, so that's everything I'm doing today. We'll see if I can get it all done. The canning stuff should go relatively fast once I have about 15 more minutes of my beans soaking, and then I can get stuff in the pressure canner and get that going for me, and then I can start on some other things. Some things that I did to help the process a little easier is I started off with a clean kitchen today, which a lot of the times I don't really do sometimes, so, but that's okay. So I got my kitchen mainly clean yesterday, finished it up this morning. Now, if you do wanna make like a big kind of canning day a little easier on you, you can pre-soak your beans, which means you can like overnight soak them. So the day before, I like to soak them anywhere from like 12 to 24 hours. And then you just rinse them and put them in your jars. And then I think I have a video on that I will link. I have been finding over the years of canning beans that the quick soak method does a really good job at keeping your beans whole and not like mushing them in the jar. So I kind of prefer this method. Another thing I did ahead of time was obviously the broth. And yeah, so just trying to make a few things easier. My dishwasher is empty just in case I need to load it. My sink is somewhat empty minus the thawing meat. We're gonna do the beans and the broth first. I'm going to start with the broth. Then by the time I'm done with that, my beans should be done and I should be able to get my 2 canners going. So let's start on that. For the beef jerky, I'm gonna slice it up as thin as possible. And then we're gonna marinate it overnight. So I won't be finishing that tonight, but I will show you the finished product in this video. So let's get started on what we can, and I'll just kind of bring you guys along for what I'm doing today. Okay, I got the first canner full. I'm gonna get this going, and then we're gonna finish the rest of the black beans. Okay, I got 2 canners full. About to put the lid on this one. Kind of a bummer. I was literally 1 jar short being able to fit it in here. Now I had to move to wide mouth jars, and if more, I'm forgetting the amounts, but I know you can fit more regular size mouth jars of the pints in these canners. So I should have used all of the regular mouth to be able to fit everything in these, but I think, I'm not sure on the count how many jars I have so far in these canners, but I'm pretty sure I'm at least at 16 in each one, only because I had to use wide mouth. But I'm gonna get this lid on and we're gonna get it going. Okay, having 2 pressure canners makes a huge difference. So it is really nice, and I feel extremely blessed to have those. Okay, so those are coming up to temperature. Once they come up to temperature and the little steam vent vents for, after it vents for 10 minutes, I'll put the weight on. It's gonna go for 75 minutes, both of them. This small one is going to finish first because I can already see steam coming out of it. So, okay, so one thing I wanna mention is I do have the broth within the beans, well, with the beans in the pressure canner. Now, I know broth only goes for like 20 minutes or something. But I wanted to try to have as full of canners as possible, and it's not gonna hurt the broth for it to go extra time. So we're just gonna let it go the 75 minutes with the beans, and then I'll show you everything as it comes out. Okay, moving on to the jerky. I'm just going to, let's see, which way is it against the grain? Cut off most of the fat. Okay, and then I'm gonna try and cut against the grain. I don't know how thin I should do these. You will find out. This is my first time ever making jerky, so if you guys have any tips or tricks on how to make jerky, Okay, so both of my canners are now off and cooling down. I only had about 5 kid-free hours today, and my husband's on his way home with my son. So I'm gonna do this last batch of canning, the tomatoes, the blackberry jam, and the jerky we will finish up tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for following along today. I'll see you tomorrow and we'll finish up this video. Okay, so I got tomatoes in my steam canner, and then I'm just water bath canning in my pressure canner just because I had it out already. But this one has, so I got this one in before I had to set the timer for this one, and this one only has 6 minutes left, and this one has not even come up to a boil. So steam canning is way faster than water bath canning, which I really, really love that. So I still water bath can just because when I'm doing bigger things like this, which is very rare, it's nice to have multiple canners going. Okay, so I got my blackberries in the Dutch oven. I'm gonna kind of make up my own jam recipe because I want lower sugar content, and I'm not gonna use pectin because blackberries have a lot of pectin content. I might add a little bit of vanilla and also a little bit of lemon juice. So I'll put in the description what I end up doing. And yeah, so Okay, so I want to apologize because I thought I hit record for the jerky making process, but this is all the footage I ended up getting. I forgot to hit record, but I was kind of shocked how much the meat soaked in the juices. There was almost no juice left in the bowl, but this jerky turned out amazing, and I will link the recipe that I followed. Okay, so I got my blackberry jam in the steam canner. As you can see, I put the jerky in the dehydrator. Not as much jerky as I thought I would get. I thought it would fill all my trays in the dehydrator, and I did not. So that's kind of interesting, but I'm so excited to try that. It smells so good. If you guys have any tips and tricks for jerky, this is my first time making jerky. So hopefully I'm doing it correctly, but I just followed a recipe online. I'll link. We got 5 half pints and 1 pint of blackberry jam. Now I didn't add pectin. I kind of wanted to experiment with no pectin for this jam. In total, I want to say I probably did like a little bit heavier of a simmer for about an hour and a half in total. So I did kind of the refrigerator spoon test, and it seemed pretty thick to me. So we'll just kind of see after it comes out. So I'll show you guys all my jars after the jam's done. I'll show you how many packages of jerky I get here at the end, but I'm gonna close this video out now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't get to do a whole lot of bigger canning projects like this very often. My life lately is just smaller projects because that's how life's been kind of lately, but I had a free few hours one day and I needed to get stuff out of the freezer, so I'm really happy with the amount we accomplished and how much we got out of the freezer too. So much we got done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.